of Gridiron Takes. I'm Greg Ellis with Coach Ty Harden. And Coach, it's the biggest game of the year.
Yes, it sure is. We've said it a lot, but this really is. Told our guys all week, it's a playoff game. This Friday is the playoffs. Both teams are in the same situation. You got a great program you're going against, got to go down there. It's the biggest game of the year. We lose, we don't make the playoffs. They lose, they don't make the playoffs. So both teams control their own destiny. Both teams are, very similar. So it's going to be, we'll see. You expect us to play our best game, and I expect them to play their best game.
It is all on the line. And then if we win, next week's the biggest game of the year.
Exactly.
Because you got to win that one too to close out the year next Thursday at Germantown. So in preparation with not against Clinton, but with your team, do you stress that? I heard you talk about it post game that, hey, we got to win out.
You got to. This week's playoff week.
Right.
It is what it is, guys. This is playoffs. This is all. It's just 2 weeks early for us. We have to win. What else do I have to tell you is our back's against the wall. We have to win this game if we want to make the playoffs. Seniors, you're only promised this many practices. You only promised this many games. That can change by the way we do things. And, it's cut and dry. I'm going to motivate the crap out of them, but if you're not self-motivated in this situation,
there's nothing you can do.
You ain't nothing. I feel sorry for you, son, in life,
All right, so as we've seen in this division, anything can happen. Anybody can beat anybody. Oxford goes to Starkville and wins. Okay?
I felt it might happen. It's weird. It's crazy. This is the SEC West. I've told this same story before. We had a college coach coming by this week, and it's like, man, coach, y'all's division, man. It's like the 2 seeds from the other division that we're probably matched up with are 7 seed beat them.
Right.
Right. Easily, and it is what it is, and I think us having a young team, us having a transition year into this division. We could have told our guys till they're blue in the face, but until they really experience it, we'll go when the season's over with. Before it's all said and done, we'll go back and self-reflect. But it's a different animal. You can't blink.
You can't. All right, huge win against Murrah. You guys defensively, it was a solid defensive performance. I think in the first half, their longest play was 11 yards. And you guys just were all over the ball, attack.
We kept it simple. We knew we were probably better than them on that end. Our guys did a good job just playing basic and kind of running to the football. We actually, we gave them, we were on them hard at first. I thought we were playing slow at first, and we started picking it up. Started bringing our own juice. Our big thing is BYOJ, bring your own juice. And, we started, throughout the game, and we just got better and better throughout the game. Good things started happening for us. Momentum started swinging our way, and our guys took advantage of some opportunities on defense to score and get offensive ball.
Offensively, some beautiful passes, some beautiful catches, and great running. It seemed to be a balanced attack. Was that the plan going in?
Well, we really want to run the ball, kind of keep the game short, I'm going to like to just kind of get it over with so we can move on to Clinton. And, as you saw, we struggled offensively first half, so we stumped on our toe. We would drive, turnover, stall out, bad snap like we talked about. Like it was, we didn't take care of the little things on offense. But we had some big sparks going forward. And, like I told our guys this week, you got to make one-on-one plays. You got to compete and win one-on-one matchups going forward if we want to, keep this thing going.
I feel like you have seen every type of team this season so far. So talk about Clinton. What are you seeing from them?
Athletic. Okay. defensively athletic, offensively. I mean, they got some guys. Their receivers can run. Their quarterback, their running backs can run. They're very, very athletic team, very well coached team. You've got, I mean, you basically got 3 head coaches on their staff over there, and you know they're a pretty gritty bunch. They get after you on defense. You know, RIP Joe Lee Dunn. You know that happened this week. Defensively, they're not a 3-3-5 or anything like that, but they're attack. Right. They're sick-em type of team that you got to win one-on-one matchups on offense. On our offense, but their offense. I mean, they got guys that can score when they touch the ball. I mean, they reminded me some kinda of one of my Houston teams I had in 2018, 2019. They got a quarterback that, I mean, he can put his foot down and go and break it. They got a big running back and they got a fast running back. So I mean, you're kind of gonna see some old school concepts from them with some triple option and things like that, out of the spread concepts and. It's going to be fun to go down there and play that, but they're a very good football team.
A lot of tradition at Clinton, and when I go and looked at their schedule, they seem to be like us a little bit. They let a couple get away, especially early on.
Difference between them and us, they probably scheduled a little bit harder than us on the front end. They had a tougher schedule on the front end. They scheduled really heavy up front. They lost to some really good teams, non-division. And so they're 4-4.
That's a dangerous 4-4.
It is a dangerous 4-4. I mean, they're not a 4-4 football team. We're 6-3. They're 4-4. And I mean, like you said, they don't look like a normal 4-4 team. They've played with anybody in our division. You know, right. They go out and kind of smack Oxford around and beat them pretty bad, and they they lose to Starkville in a close game. So we know what we're up against.
Another team that we've not had a lot of experience against, except for the playoffs. Of course, we knew that going in with this new division. I mean, a majority of the games we've played against these teams have all been in the playoffs.
Well, I mean, there's been years past where Clinton was a team in the South, you know? I mean, we're going 3.5 hours away for a division football game. We're going to make that trip again next week, too. So it's unfamiliar territory for Tupelo. Clinton's also only 3 or 4 years removed from a state championship. Right. There's some tradition there. There's some, I'm fortunate enough, our athletic department has a guy like Coach Green. I mean, me and Coach Green teach PE together, and we talk nonstop every day. And he was down in Clinton. He talks about how, the pride and tradition that they've kind of got down there, right. And how they take care of each other. How he said that Clinton. They said, man, Coach, they love football down there. They're gonna take care of them. They're gonna push them. They're gonna let them do what they got to do or whatever. And because we've talked about it nonstop about this game and stuff. He said, look, they're gonna put themselves in the right situation to be prepared. So I mean, it's good to get that input from a guy that's been in that program.
Right. Clinton has a rich tradition of running back. How do high schools? I mean, colleges, I get it. LSU defensive back, Georgia, Auburn running backs. How do they can recruit? But Clinton doesn't recruit. Well, we don't think they recruit, but
right. They've all. I know it. I mean, you're exactly right on that. They've always had running backs.
I mean, they've gone on to big time football.
Big time football. I mean, one of the better running backs in the NFL played at Clinton High School. One of the better Mississippi high school football players that I ever watched. And Cam Akers just played there a few years ago. It's very impressive. I mean, it's that metro area right there. That. They kind of feed off each other, Jackson, Brandon, Pearl, Madison Central, all them kind of feed off each other, make each other better. And yeah, Clinton's got some history. Me and Mr. Dobbs were talking about it kind of earlier this week, kind of how Clinton's come about throughout the years. Tupelo's an old school, and kind of how those schools kind of grew.
Right. Right.
But Clinton's kind of one of the original ones, I think. So we were talking about that, and they've always had a history of guys come through, not just running back in several different positions.
A lot of NFL talent that's come through.
Absolutely.
All right, this is our longest road trip of the year. Not by far. Madison Central is long. Then we come back next Thursday against Germantown. You know, it's just 3 hours of Jackson any way you look at it, but this is in Clinton. How does that change your schedule on a Friday?
It totally changes things up. I mean, number one, you have to get kids out of school early. So I mean, I like kids being in school all day, having that routine of being in the classroom all day.
And you know where they are.
And you know where they are, and so you have to get them out. We'll get them out middle third block, and kind of give them a sack lunch, load the bus, head out, and we'll stop somewhere down there. I do like the fact that the downtime is broken up by the trip.
Right.
And that, hey, they can get some. Most of the time, they're gonna go to sleep on the bus, And I'm big on being locked in while you're commuting down there, and so it's definitely different. It's really different when you're making hauls this long, because
3 out of your last 4 weeks.
3 out of your last 4 weeks. Like last year, every away game, we were still able to do our 4th block routine and pregame meal, then leave. And same thing this year besides our 3 Jackson trips. Like we always during 4th block, we watch film and we do a walkthrough.
Right.
You throw that out the window.
Right.
That's basically almost a practice you're throwing out the window that you don't get.
Never thought of it like that.
So, and that's always a time to get reminders for them. You do your special teams check. Hey, punt team. Hey, kickoff. So-and-so's out. Who's coming in? So we do a good special teams check right there. And, we go over our game plan. We're going to walk through our game plan. We're going to go through, hey, here's what we're going to do. Here, offense. Here's our first 10 scripted plays. Here's what we're going to do. Defense. All right. They line up in this formation. What are we expecting? It's just a last kind of reminder. I know Hayes already in the barn, but it's good to,
refresher course.
get a little, it's a test.
Right.
Like I told you about that, the film session we do on Friday. It's a test for them. So
I equate it back to college football on a 11 o'clock Saturday game. Normally, the players would have a walkthrough on a 2 o'clock or above, but they do a walkthrough at the hotel. And coaches always say, it's just not the same.
It's not the same. It's not.
You don't, they're out of their element.
Yep.
So that's why coaches hate 11 o'clock Saturday football games. You were talking about Coach Green earlier. Basketball opens this weekend. Can you believe it? We're already here for basketball.
Crazy how it's flown by.
The Hound Dog Classic is Saturday, starting at 9 o'clock all day. So when you get back from Clinton, get some sleep, and head over to the Wave Cave. And then, is it Sunday's Halloween?
Sunday is Halloween.
All right, where you going, Ass? We're gonna have pictures now.
My wife won't let me. I'm telling you right now, my wife's not gonna let me tell because it's such a secret. It's such a secret. She's scared somebody's gonna copy us, and it's really good. It's really good, folks. So we're gonna find. Y'all will find out next week.
You have a big debut party like we do when couples are having kids.
Yes, you'll see it on Facebook somewhere. It'll be a family group because it's like. In my daughter's soccer game last night, one of the little girls asked, she said, Evie, what are you wearing for Halloween? I'm wearing this. I can't tell you. Mama told me I can't tell. It's like, oh gosh, Evie.
Love it.
So, it's a surprise. So.
All right, well, 7 o'clock at Clinton Friday night, and then next Thursday, a quick turnaround. You lose almost 2 days of practice next week. Going to Germantown, and if you can't make it, of course, you can catch it on Sunday 93, or you can watch the live stream at goldenwaveathletics.com. Coach, best of luck this week. Like he said, it's playoffs.
It is.
2 weeks early. For Coach Harden, I'm Greg Ellis. Have a great week.